Tough loss, Sam, but what a game of footy.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where as a coach, you know, every time you lose, you walk off disappointed for the loss. But from a team 4-quarter effort, I thought our boys were fantastic today, and probably a bit unlucky in the last couple of minutes not to get the win.
Pretty good finals prep, I guess, especially that second term when you guys are able to kick six goals. I think to 1 or 2 against one of the better teams in the comp.
Yeah, it's a funny one because I truly believe we're at least the 5th best team in the competition from a consistency point of view, but we're not guaranteed a spot yet in that final 5. So we've got a bit of work ahead of us to make sure we get there. I think once we get there, we can really shake a couple of sides up and make them nervous. So we've got to focus on week by week with that at the moment. Just make sure we get another win on the board to try and lock away that 5th spot.
Yeah, I thought some of your defensive efforts, particularly Vandervelde and Aganis, were huge today.
Yeah, they're obviously both 2 key position players, and we rested Tomlin last week. It's his first full year of senior football. He's 18 years old, really raw to the sport. Again, his year's been fantastic, and we really got some guys like Simon and now Jimmy Aganis, who was first year in a state program as well, that are really putting their hand up and having a massive crack and taking the opportunity. And the Lonnie Footy Club's the beneficiaries of that.
What can you tell us about Aganis? He laid probably 6 or 7 tackles that I saw, and 3 or 4 of them were absolute monster tackles.
Yeah, so he's played at Deloraine Football Club. He was generally been a ruckman. So we spent a sort of 6-week block working with him as a key position back. It was new to him because he'd just basically been a ruckman, mobile ruckman around the ground, but to take the next step at this level, he's probably slightly too short to play in the ruck, we felt. So we put some work as a centre-half back, and he's absolutely grabbed it, and the offensive run from there, and now he's a mobile centre-half back that is the right height for that position. So we're really, I guess, proud that he's put in the hard work and playing some good footy.
I thought it was a pretty physical game. I thought Jake Hines had some brave efforts, and especially Sammy Rundle, I think it might have been, going back with the flight to take a mark in that crucial last quarter. Who else stood out for you today apart from that defensive unit we mentioned?
Yeah, I thought that was a really good even spread. Obviously you mentioned Jake. Jake was fantastic. Yeah, he really goes after his kicks and his opportunities, and 9 times out of 10 hits a really good kick and opens it up for us. I thought Casey Brown was another 18. He was one of our Mariners. He was fantastic again today. Chris Savage was good. Hamish Leedham through the ruck, I thought, was probably on par. I think it broke even maybe at times. I think he got forward and kicked the goal as well. So Hamish is back to his usual self this week, which is good to see for him as well. Brady Powerful had a down week last week, that's had a fantastic year, and it was good to see him bursting out of stoppages again and getting on the end of it. Corey Shepherd does a truckload of work for us in a half forward position. It's a high work rate position with little reward, and his attention to detail to continue with his mindset on that job is really good for us.
I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it looked like he might have copped a whack from Matty Dilger just before half time. Was there a bit of an evener from you sort of in that 3rd or 4th quarter, I think, when he ended up off the ground?
I don't remember the whack at all.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of it. No, it'd be interesting the footage of the 3-quarter time, because it was one of those ones where I felt it was just a 50-50 ball, and I'm sure he was feeling the same, and it was, I almost went into it going, one of us are in trouble, I just know which one. So I got a little bump on the eye, and unfortunately, fortunately for me, it come off better, and unfortunately for him, he come off worse. So, but it'd be interesting on the footage. I think from my perspective, I actually thought it was just one of those 50-50 balls that we both just basically looked at each other and said good luck to each other, and that's fantastic to see that sort of stuff in footy. Obviously not the injury, but fantastic to see 2 people just put their head over the ball and go 100 miles an hour at it.
It looked like there were a lot of contests like that today, and both sides, especially a lot of the younger players, sort of didn't really shirk a contest. Do you think this kind of physical game sort of is almost like a finals-like intensity?
Yeah, definitely. I think both sides pride themselves on contested footy and making sure that they go eyes on the footy and go hard. I think Tommy Shepherd took a really fantastic mark this end. Going back with the flight, that was fantastic to see him do that as well. So both sides played contested hard footy, and that's what footy's all about at times, especially at the point of the season.
So you guys have got Devonport at Devonport next week. I don't know if you know, but they beat the Tigers today up there.
Yeah, 10 points, I did see that.
Yeah,
so.
And then you've got the bye, and then a big one against North Lonnie at Windsor. Are there any messages or any goals you have across those next 3 weeks before hopefully finals footy?
Yeah, from our end, for us, it's just making sure we compete like we did today. I think when we play against the good sides, we lost to North by 20 points, we lost to Clarence by 20 points, we lost to another small margin again today. When we play the really good sides, we're up and about and we're good to go. So we've just got to make sure we get the consistency over the back end of this year, and especially next week with Devonport, that we actually come in with the mindset that we're here to play, and we're going to put our best foot forward every week. So then that's another development stage for our group as well. Keep in mind, we basically finished bottom of the last year, and now we're playing footy like we did today. Last time we were down here, or last 2 times we were down here, we probably lost by 100 points both occasions, I would have thought. So I thought we had the opportunity to win the game, and we actually blew that opportunity ourselves. Statistically, I thought we won the game across a number of areas that should have, or not should have, but gave us that opportunity to win the footy game.
It must be a relief to get off after that huge win.
Yeah. Look, obviously a good result in the end, but again, sort of limped to the line with injuries, and just really proud of the boys how they dug in, and a few of our young guys I thought were really good today.
Yeah, you guys obviously rate Lonnie. You spoke after the game against Lauderdale last week about you thought they were one of the best teams in the comp, and they certainly brought it today.
Yeah, look, they're a formidable side. They're very hard. They've got some physical guys, and they're very potent up forward. I think that when they move the ball in nice and quick, and their foot skills are certainly going to another level with Lonnie as coach. So they cast up there at a few stages today, but again, I thought our guys responded, defended well, and then when we got the ball down in deep, we sort of made a bit of an impact when we got our smalls around the foot of the ball.
Lonnie probably in a bit of an upset last time, humbled you guys up at Windsor. Did you have any sort of special message to the boys heading into today's game this week?
Yeah, I think the guys had that in the back of their mind of what they did to us at home. So look, it was just one where we had to really respond this week, and again, we had a different group. I don't think we've really played a team this year where we haven't had any changes. So that's just the way football goes, and we've just got to keep managing it.
What did you say to the boys at half time, given that Lonnie sort of bounced back with that 6-goal term in the second?
Yeah, I think we made a few structural errors, which was disappointing, but the guys just need to make sure they played the way they did in the first quarter. They stuck to the structures that we sort of designed for the game, and they went away from that in the second quarter, and Launceston capitalised. So they did what we knew they were going to do, and that was more frustrating than anything, and the guys responded well, and a few of our leaders stood up in the room and just laid the law down, and the guys responded.
I thought your defenders did a great job. They're sort of obviously Sonny Whiting and Ruller can get off the chain, as they have in a lot of games this year. Who are you happy with from the defensive unit?
Yeah, I think Connor Seidel was better this week. Ben Reynolds started to really mark the ball well. Mitch Raymer was down there sort of swooping it a few times. Matthew Joseph was really good, played a role. Liam Smith, a couple of good intercept marks. Our back unit, Josh Arnold really led the way today with his voice and communication, and that effort in the dying moments of the game there to come forward to defend. It just shows his ability to read the situation, and he's got to continually work on his kicking as well, but I thought he was really impressive today.
I thought your midfield brigade was pretty solid. Reece Mott, Mitch Rainbird and Jay.
Yeah, look, obviously great quality on-ball guys there, and they really stepped up and responded. I think Mitch was on the bench there with about 14 minutes to go, and we sort of put it to him, and he responded really well and stood up, and he can do that week in, week out, and he's a really good player, and he's a bit of X factor. So I think he really showed that today, which is good for him.
For him to kick those last 2 goals, do you think that gives him? Is he a bit of a confidence player, Rainbird? You seem to sort of get that impression watching from the outside perspective.
I think Mitch can just float in and out of games, which is a part and parcel of being younger. But today, I think, as I said, he when the game was on the line, he stood up and won some really crucial clearances before he did take those marks and kick the goals. But his clearance work, I thought, was really good before that, and I thought his 2-way running was a lot better today as well.
Obviously, you guys have been hit reasonably hard by injuries, especially after the pretty physical clash last week. Were you happy with a few of the younger boys who came in today?
Yeah, look, I was really proud of Ryan Banksmith, the way he went about it today, and Will Akin as well, but I think the standout of our younger guys today was Brody Robon with his physicality and his tackling, and bobbed up and kicked a couple of goals. So it was a great return to senior footy for him, but 3 guys come and played a role, and there's been plenty of opportunities throughout the year for that to happen.
Obviously from here you guys have got the bye, then Tigers down at Twin Ovals before a pretty big one, hosting the Clarence Roos here at KG5. What is sort of, I guess, over the bye, like, are you guys going to have any special messages to the boys or anything heading into, obviously you're locked in for finals, heading into the finals?
Yeah, look, obviously you're scheduled bye, the belt legal play, but we just sort of limped to the line today as well, so we've got to manage those guys that have got niggles, and try and get them fresh and right, and the ones that have been injured, they've got 2 more weeks to get themselves right to be up for the Kingston game. So it's they're a formidable side at home and very physical as well, and I think they're playing some good footy. I'm not sure whether Daniel Archer's playing or not, but they're much better with him in the team. So it's going to be another great challenge down there at Twin, and at the moment we'll just worry about that game before we worry about Clarence here at KG5.